Spider-Man 4 is finally on the horizon, and before Peter Parker returns to the big screen, there are a few unforgettable moments from the MCU that you absolutely need to remember. These aren't just amazing action scenes, they're the moments that completely shape Peter into the hero he is today. Every victory, every mistake, and every heartbreaking loss has been leading to this next chapter, and if Spider-Man 4 follows where No Way Home left off, these scenes will matter more than ever. It all started back in Captain America: Civil War when Tony Stark showed up at Peter Parker's apartment. Until then, Peter was just a teenager trying to do the right thing in his neighborhood, helping people because he believed it was the right thing to do. Tony immediately saw something special in him. It wasn't just his powers or his intelligence, it was his heart. That meeting changed Peter's life forever because, for the first time, someone he admired believed he could become one of the world's greatest heroes. Not long after that, Peter found himself fighting alongside some of the strongest heroes on Earth during the airport battle. Imagine going from stopping small-time criminals in Queens to standing in the middle of a battle between the Avengers. He was nervous, excited, and completely out of his league, but he still proved that he belonged there. Even though he was the youngest hero in the fight, his quick thinking and determination immediately made him stand out. Of course, Peter's journey wasn't perfect. One of his biggest mistakes came during the ferry incident in Spider-Man: Homecoming. Trying to stop Vulture on his own, Peter underestimated how dangerous the situation really was. The result was almost a complete disaster, and if Tony Stark hadn't arrived when he did, countless innocent people could have been hurt. It was a painful lesson, but it taught Peter something every great hero has to learn. Having incredible powers doesn't automatically make you ready for every challenge. After that, Tony made a decision that completely crushed Peter. He took away the advanced Spider-Man suit. Peter believed the suit was what made him special, but Tony wanted him to understand that the real hero was never the technology. It was Peter himself. That lesson became one of the most important moments in his entire journey because from then on, Peter slowly started believing in himself instead of relying on what someone else had built for him. Then came Infinity War, where Peter made one of the bravest decisions of his life. Without hesitation, he left Earth and followed Tony Stark into space to help stop Thanos. Even surrounded by legendary heroes like Doctor Strange and the Guardians of the Galaxy, Peter never stopped fighting. He knew the odds were impossible, but giving up simply wasn't who he was. Unfortunately, nothing could prepare anyone for what happened next. Thanos won. With a single snap, half of all life disappeared. Peter was one of the victims, and watching him slowly fade away became one of the most emotional moments in the entire Marvel Cinematic Universe. For Tony Stark, losing Peter wasn't just another casualty, it became one of the biggest reasons he couldn't move on. The guilt stayed with him for 5 years. That guilt eventually led to the events of Avengers: Endgame. When the Avengers finally found a way to undo the snap, Tony made the ultimate sacrifice. He gave his own life to save the entire universe. For Peter, it wasn't just the loss of Iron Man, it was the loss of the man who believed in him before almost anyone else. From that moment on, Peter had to learn how to be Spider-Man without his mentor guiding him every step of the way. Trying to move forward wasn't easy. In Spider-Man: Far From Home, Peter met Quentin Beck, better known as Mysterio. At first, Peter thought he had found someone he could trust, someone who could fill the empty space Tony had left behind. Instead, Beck manipulated him, stole Stark's technology, and turned the entire world against Spider-Man. To make things even worse, Peter's secret identity was exposed to everyone. Overnight, his normal life completely disappeared. Desperate to fix everything, Peter turned to Doctor Strange. He only wanted people to forget that he was Spider-Man, but one small mistake during the spell caused the barriers between universes to collapse. Suddenly, villains from other Spider-Man universes began appearing in the MCU. Peter wasn't just dealing with problems in New York anymore, he was dealing with the multiverse itself. Before we continue, if you're enjoying the video and love everything about Spider-Man and the Marvel Cinematic Universe, make sure to hit that subscribe button. It really helps the channel grow and lets me keep making more videos like this. And if you don't want to miss any updates, theories, hidden details, or future Spider-Man content, turn on notifications so you'll be the first to know whenever a new video goes live. Now let's get back to the story. Among those villains was the Green Goblin, and his arrival changed Peter's life forever. During one of the film's most heartbreaking moments, Aunt May lost her life after trying to help people who wanted to destroy her. Even in her final moments, she reminded Peter of the responsibility that comes with being Spider-Man. That lesson became the emotional core of everything Peter would do afterward, pushing him to keep choosing compassion even when revenge seemed so much easier. Then came one of the greatest superhero moments ever put on screen. Peter wasn't alone anymore. 2 other Spider-Men from different universes arrived to help him. Together, Tom Holland, Andrew Garfield, and Tobey Maguire fought side by side, each carrying the pain of their own past, while helping Peter avoid making the same mistakes they once made. It wasn't just fan service, it was 3 generations of Spider-Man showing that no matter how much life hurts, there's always a reason to keep moving forward. Finally, Peter made the hardest decision of his entire life, to save the multiverse. He asked Doctor Strange to erase Peter Parker from everyone's memory. Not just Spider-Man, but Peter himself. MJ forgot him. Ned forgot him. Happy Hogan forgot him. Every relationship he had built simply disappeared. Peter willingly sacrificed his own happiness so everyone else could have another chance. And that's exactly where Spider-Man 4 begins. Peter Parker is completely alone for the first time in the MCU. He has no mentor, no Avengers to rely on, no family left, and no friends who remember who he is. All he has is a small apartment, a homemade Spider-Man suit, and the determination to keep helping people even when nobody knows his name. In many ways, this is the most comic-accurate version of Spider-Man we've ever seen. And that's why Spider-Man 4 has the potential to become the most personal, emotional, and grounded Spider-Man story Marvel has ever told. And now, I want to hear from you. Are you excited for Spider-Man 4? What are you hoping to see in the movie? Do you think Peter will finally get a fresh start? Or is Marvel about to put him through even more heartbreak? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments because I read as many of them as I can. I'm really curious to see what you guys think.